Hey, horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Miser Money G. And once again, we're going to do another Christmas horror movie, and we're going to do perhaps one of the best well-known Christmas horror movies, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, Silent Night, Deadly Night is a 1984 American slasher horror film. It was directed by Charles E. Seller Jr., and it actually stars perhaps one of the well-known screen creams that came out during the 80s, Leanna Quigley, if I pronounce her name right. Very simple. The story is about a boy named Billy who suffers post-traumatic stress after witnessing his parents murdered during Christmas Eve, and an abusive time at a Catholic orphanage. He just goes on a killing spree, dressed up in a Santa Claus suit, and he goes around killing people because they're naughty. Now, this film was released by TriStar Pictures back in 1984, and it's actually the first film in the Silent Night, Deadly Night film franchise. And it, unfortunately, at the time, it gained very controversy when it was released. Obviously, I believe in several states, mothers went around picketing the movie theaters that were showing this picture, claiming that their kids will get nightmares by having this guy dressed up as Santa killing people with an axe and cutting their heads off or doing whatever type of slasher things that they do in slasher movies. It got so bad that the theaters yanked Silent Night, Deadly Night, I think a week or maybe 2 weeks after it premiered. And of course, TriStar Pictures lost a lot of money on this one. However, it did become a cult following later on DVD. It's now become one of the perhaps most popular horror films that came out during the 80s. And of course, it's probably mine and several other people's favorite Christmas horror movie. Now, I could understand the mothers picketing this particular movie because they were afraid their kids were going to get nightmares because they think Santa Claus is going to kill them and kill their parents. Now, keep in mind that I'm pretty sure when TriStar released this picture, they did not intend for children to see this picture. It was never marketed towards them. It is marketed toward horror fans, people who love slasher films. This was R-rated, so I don't believe that a parent would want to take their children to see an R-rated movie about a Santa Claus that kills people. That's just my opinion. You know, it's like this: parents have a right to show their children what they believe is they can handle it, or if they feel as though they can't handle it, you have a right to allow the children to see what they want to see. And if you think this is something that's not for them to watch, and then don't have them watch it. Don't take them to a movie theater knowing that these kids will not be able to handle a guy dressed up in a Santa Claus suit. That's just my opinion. You know, they have a right to do what they want to do, but I just thought they went a little bit overboard with it because this, like I said, the film was not marketed towards them. There was no way in the world that they should take their kids to see an R-rated picture in the first place. But I digest. Let's go on and talk about Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, 5-year-old Billy, when they go visit his grandfather, who is in a nursing home, he tells how Santa Claus gives presents to children but punishes people who are naughty. And while driving back, a criminal dressed in a Santa Claus outfit kills his parents. This has a very traumatic effect on Billy. He and his brother, I think his name is Randy, are sent to a Catholic orphanage, and unfortunately there are taught by a very strict disciplinarian Catholic nun who is known as Mother Superior. And she definitely makes him, I guess you might say, shapes his views on the world based upon Christmas. Good kids, good people who behave very nicely get rewarded, and people who do naughty things should be punished, and punished to the utmost. And that kind of shapes his image, unfortunately for more bad reasons, as we see later on in the movie. 10 years later, he goes to work at a local store, and he's very introverted, doesn't know how to communicate with people because of how his mind was shaped. And unfortunately, another incident happens when he sees a guy dressed up in a Santa Claus suit doing something naughty. He winds up not only killing him, but he also kills the woman he was doing naughty things with. He puts on the Santa Claus suits and decides to disperse his so-called view of justice by killing people who he perceived as naughty, based upon what Mother Superior tells him to. And that's basically the premise of the movie. One of the things I truly enjoyed about this film was the on-screen kills. It was a typical 80s slasher here right now. Billy takes any type of a weapon and kills them, whatever he sees, whether it's an axe, coat hanger, or any a deer antler, anything that's in his vicinity that he can use to kill what he deems people who are naughty. He will do that, and it's very well made. There are some funny scenes. There's some unintentional humor that we see throughout the film. One of the best parts I liked about the film, through one scene. I wish I could show it, but I don't want to get hit with a copyright infringement. But there's one scene where you see these badass kids mowing down on snowmobiles, and he pops up and says, "Naughty," and cuts the guy's head off. I cracked up at that scene the first time when I saw it. But it's a very well nice Christmas horror movie. You get, like I said, you get some nice decent kills. You get some unintentional horror. It's basically what you want out of a horror slasher film, and that's basically what they did at that time. The actor who plays Billy, Robert Brian Wilson, actually does a pretty good job in showing his angst as when he becomes grown, when he becomes as a grown man, even as a kid. You can see how damaged he was after his parents were killed, and the abuse he suffers over Mother Superior. Even with one of the nuns that tried to show him some sympathy, you can see that she just cannot get through to him because his mind is already warped as it is. So, like I said, you really got to give Robert Brian Wilson credit for his portrayal of Billy Chapman. Now, the director, Charles E. Siller, he does a fair job in setting up this film. It does some nice shots. It's kind of dated if you look at it now. I haven't seen this done in Blu-ray, so I don't know how the transfer does, because I haven't seen it in Blu-ray, but the last time I saw it before, some of the scenes sold up, some of them do not, because they look kind of dated, but the story is still good. Everything is still nice. Like I said, it's one of my favorite Christmas horror pictures, and on my scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Silent Night, Deadly Night 7.5. So, my horror fans, have you seen Silent Night, Deadly Night? Do you think it's one of the best Christmas horror pictures have you seen? Leave your comments down in your comment section below and tell me what you thought about Silent Night, Deadly Night. Alright, that's my video for today. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you really do enjoy it, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up. I will also be doing some more Christmas horror preview movie reviews. I think over the weekend I'll probably be doing Krampus. I'll review that. And I believe I'll also try to do Black Christmas, the remake, not the original. I also have some other things coming down the pipe. Probably I have that maybe on Monday. Hopefully, depending upon how everything goes this weekend. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if this is your first time here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you can become part of the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description below as well. And I'm now on Stardust. You can follow me on Stardust. Stardust is a new Stardust is a new application. It's a mobile application where you can actually put up, like, I think 30 seconds to a minute reaction videos. I did a couple of videos. I did a reaction video of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and the I think what trailer that came out. I believe it's it doesn't come to me. I think it was the darn. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. I'll probably once I remember, I'll probably leave a note on there because it doesn't come to me right now. Well, anyway, once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember, horror rules.